Maybe the actor thing is hereditary too. Maybe that's why we're not getting anything. It's hereditary.
Maybe. It probably, yes.
I mean, my dad was never in anything. My mom was never in anything.
That's right. They're passing that on. They're passing the gene on.
That's got to be it.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
Hereditary.
Or you do work on projects sometimes, and then things go awry
Yeah.
on film sometimes. I do recall way back in the day, I was in a film where it was a background person, and it was it was not a period piece, but I was basically playing an Amish person in this. And so when I showed up, talk about size and stuff. So I show up and I said, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to be Amish woman number 5 or whatever, right? And they went, oh, well, you're too short and little to be an Amish woman. So I have to be an Amish child at the age of 30. And I went, okay, I guess bring me to your juniors department, dress me, and the lady who is, I'll call her 2 years older than me, plays my mother because she could fit your normal size clothes. So they bring me over to the little Amish wardrobe department, and it was a German lady who spoke very little English, and I speak no German, and so we had a little bit of a language barrier, and she sounded very angry, but I apparently she's very talented, and she made all these Amish outfits, and she fits me and pushes me off into the day, right? And so I go on set, and we do our little Amish background scenes and stuff, and then we break for craft services. Like, okay, got 5 minutes, go to restroom, craft services. So I go into the little what do you call it? Those little honey truck things, whatever, right? Little craft services. And so I turn around and I see somebody I know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, it's been a long time. How are you? Oh, how are you? Things are great, so wonderful. But I'll just back up for a second. So I did recall the little German lady who I couldn't really understand everything she's saying, but I do remember her saying, be careful of the wardrobe. Like, that was a very important thing for her. I mean, obviously, this is what she worked very hard. They were sewing all this crap by hand, and it was beautiful, intricate work. And I just remembered that. I don't know why. And so anyway, then later on in the day, there I am in this little craft services trailer, and talking to this guy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you? How's the family? Oh, this is great. And then I see a couple of other friends that are, outside the trailer. Oh, wow, this is so nice. And I'm eating my little apple. And then I'm like, gosh, what is that smell? And he goes, I don't know. I smell that too. And then I look over at the 2 girls that I know that are sitting outside. They're like, oh my gosh. Like, I see them, like, frightened, but I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm like, what? What's the matter? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, but that smell. I go, do you have a toaster in here? He goes, no, I don't have a toaster. It's like, oh, okay. And then the one girl comes flying in. She goes, you're on fire. And I went, what? And I turn around, and my little Amish outfit was burning. I backed up because it was a cold day. I backed up into the little heater, and apparently the 7 layers of clothing, it took about 5 layers to get to me before I started feeling the flame. And there these 2 women come over, and they start, like, smacking my butt. But they were trying to help me out. And I'm like, I remember stop, drop, and roll. I don't think you should fan the fire. And then the guy's like throwing water on me. And then they go, oh, hey, Amish teen girl who's not really a teen, we need you back on set. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I can do that right now. My butt was smoking and totally fired. And I went, oh my gosh. And they said, you got to go back to the wardrobe lady, and you have to get this fixed.
You
I
had
went,
to face her.
I don't want to face the little wardrobe lady because she was scary and she didn't speak very good English. And I went, oh my gosh. And so the guy in there said, it wasn't your fault. It's really my fault. I shouldn't have had it over here, and blah, blah. And I went, she's not going to care. So I get into the little golf cart. I go back over, and I said, I'm sorry, this happened. And she's like, oh, no, shkara. And I swear she cursed me because after that I lost a lot of hair for many years. And I went, oh, this is terrible. I said, I'm so sorry. Did you think I meant to do it? I didn't know. It's like, what? Who does this? Fire. Who does this? I'm like, I do it. I'm like, but I need one of your other little teen junior outfits because they need me back on set. She's like, no. So she did something, turned it around. She was not giving me any more clothes.
Oh.
And so then I go back to the scene, and everything I had to do was backwards. They're like, oh, can you come walk there? I'm like, no, I can't.
No.
I really can't. Can I back up into it?
Hold your
He's like,
breath.
no, I need you to walk into it. I went, all right.
No.
So then I see the show much later, and we're blurred out in the background, which does happen sometimes anyway.
We're
But
always blurry.
pretty sure it's because I had like big. All you saw was like there was like 7 layers of clothes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was terrible.
You should have been carrying
On a
me.
side note,
You do have a smoking butt.
You do. Jerry Keys. Yes.
I love that about Cherry Keys.
I
I love that about Cherry Keys.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Poor boy.
terrible. And there's a million stories like that. But
Yeah, of course.
I mean, but not like your fire in your butt or anything. But it's
Oh
like
my gosh. Yeah,
so.
I
Anyway,
know, I know.
it's a crappy business. I don't
It
know
is,
why we
it's
keep
crappy
doing it.
business. You know, you invited me to be an extra on one of the shows where you were actually a co-star.
I did.
And
That's right.
as I remember, it was one of the fondest memories I've ever had.
Oh, that was fun.
Come with me. You can be on set.
Yes.
Can I say the name of the?
Yeah,
it's
sure,
in
why not?
Imperium, Daniel Radcliffe. I mean, oh my gosh. So I said, oh yeah, I'll be glad to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went and they put me in like a kennel, you know, with all the other dog
Background
extras.
people. Yeah.
And they said, oh, come over here. We're going to dress you for your scene. I'm like all excited because, you know, I get to be an extra in a Daniel Radcliffe film. And so Vanessa Orr's over in this trailer, air conditioned. You know, people are pampering her. She's getting
Wasn't really
massages
like
and facials.
I was not doing
And
that.
so I'm over here in the barn, and they have decided to dress me in a Ku Klux Klan outfit. So when they put that thing on me, that robe, I
With
said,
the hat.
I am going to kill Vanessa Orr. And then they sent me off to set, and I came up over the horizon. The first thing I saw was the shadow of the pointed hat along the grass, long before I got over the horizon. And all I could think is, I'm going to kill Vanessa Orr.
No, but that's not the best part of that. The best part of it, I didn't know what to expect, right? And she shows up over the horizon in that outfit and everything, right? And she's like, hey. I'm like, oh. I mean, not that I come across Ku Klux Klan people ever, but there she was in that with a black purse.
Well, I wasn't going to leave my purse anywhere. They wanted me to like.
She brought her black purse and she had a red Solo cup.
And then they gave me a rose.
And a flower. She has 2 hands.
Yeah.
She has a Solo cup of flour in the purse. It's just like, hi, how you doing?
Did I say I was going to kill you then?
Well, it was a
I was
long
trying
drive
to be
home.
nice,
It was a
you
long
know?
drive home.
Oh, it was. That's true. It's
Yes, it was a
true.
long drive home, but that was
But,
good
it was
times.
great. And then
What
when
we
we
do.
watched the film,
Yeah.
I did make a
She
crossover in the background.
You did.
With my red Solo cup, my purse, and
the
my
flower.
rose, and the hat.
We saw you more than we saw anybody else, apparently.
I kept walking back and forth like I didn't have any place to go. They told me to walk. You do what they tell you to do.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my gosh.
That's true. When they call action,
You walk.
you just got to
You
do
go
what they
do
tell
it.
you to do. That's
Anyway,
terrible.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Thanks.
We've all been there.
Again.
We've all been there. Oh my gosh. Yes. So, what else is going on? Anything else?
I told all my
recently?
stories. I don't have anything else. I'm pretty boring.
You are such a liar.
There's a million things going on.
Jerry
Come
told
on.
me one time, he said, you know what? One of these days you're going to run out of stories. You and Vanessa.
And then what did we say? Jerry, do
I
you
said-
not know us, Jerry?
I said, Jerry.
Jerry, we just met. We'll make it up. If it's not
No,
true, we will
only
make
tell
it
the
up.
Truth.
Well, if yeah, but we can make things up too.
Well, we can, but it's more fun to tell the truth.
Yes, it is more fun for the other person to hear your truth.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, like I.